right, today I want to talk about a little writing exercise that I recently engaged in, and I think it will help you to understand kind of the process about how to kind of help clients present themselves in a way that's efficient and easy for somebody to read. So here's what's going on. So the Edge Construction is a current client. They sent us this bio of an example bio that they're being considered for a project, and they wanted a bio rewritten for themselves. What we're currently doing is we're currently rebuilding their website, and this is the new website here. This is the old website. And one of the things they have, obviously, is an introduction of themselves, and they talk a bit about what they do and their experience and whatnot. And I basically condensed that down, kind of worked on a headline to speak more specifically to the general contractors and the things that they care about the most, and be clear about what we're doing. And then we have some information here. But going back to this bio here on this page, so I copied that information from both sites and looked at them and studied them, and then I came up with this bio here, and I wanted to walk you through it to give you some reasoning about why I've kind of structured this out in the way that I did. The first thing I wanted to state and start out with is this 24 years of commercial building experience. I'm doing that because just about every company wants to say, we do this and we're great at this and we're passionate about this, and very few really say anything that feels like it's very different than what anybody else can say, right? What can you say that nobody else can say? And you generally find a hard time seeing that in the first introductions of companies in their digital marketing. So that's why specifically, we had over 20 years, but that's not precise enough, right? The Edge is a construction company. We want to communicate precision, and we want to try and start with a fact. 24 years right away. We're not making anything up. That's a thing. And so that's why I wanted that to be the very first thing that somebody sees. So the idea is they're going to go, wow, 24 years. So right away, they're making the assessment of what 24 years means versus us trying to tell them that. But I do try and tell them that, and which translates into more accurate estimating, control of budgets, and completing more projects on time. Now, I've done that based on some recent interviews I've been doing with the clients of the Edge. And so what we've been doing is that we've been creating these videos where we take a 360 camera and go about and shoot a spot, and then we do a Zoom video with the actual client, and we listen to them tell us about what the experience was working with the Edge in the build. And I've done this one for this client. Here's another client. And in this client, particularly what they said, this gentleman here, about what it was like working with the Edge, was how important it was for, when you're building a project, there's lots of different groups working on the project, and it's really important that one group finishes their stuff on time when they said they were going to do that, because other groups are waiting, and that can really throw things off. And he talked a lot about how that makes his life either very good or very bad. And so that was a big theme that I really took about how important it is. And I've even heard the folks at the Edge tell me that that's their specialty. It's like we fix things when at the very end, all the time, everybody's gone over budget, over time, whatever. And he said that the Edge said that they were really good at that. And this is what he really cared about when he was talking about what, I asked him, what's a good day, what's a bad day at your job, and that's what I learned. And so I wanted to communicate that idea. That's the thing, is like we're going to be really accurate in our estimate. Oh, that was another thing, was that this gentleman talked about was how the Edge was really good before the job in the estimating process. Basically, talking to those customers really made a huge difference in me being able to come up with these ideas about what I think other potential customers might react to. And then the next thing they talk a lot about is their investment in technology. And so I talk about that next and list what those are, again, trying to be kind of specific, more fact-driven. And then why is that important? It enables us to coordinate and control our work more precisely and cost effectively. So this is the theme up here, on budget, on time. And so this is another way of saying that we're precise, cost effective. And then I thought the highest quality, deliver exactly when needed. So again, based on that one gentleman's comments, I think this is going to resonate. We're going to tell you when we're going to get it done. And then we're going to get it done when we say we're going to get it done. That seems important. And then the final thing, and a lot of people say this, right? Our people are really important. So I do say that, but then I start to tell why I think the people are important. And this, again, was based on those interviews. This particular gentleman, he calls out one of the supervisors by name, Danny, he says, and it was a real personal moment about what it meant by how good that superintendent or that project manager was helping him with his job. That's where this came from. Who you work with has the most control, right? You've got all this technology and you've got all this stuff, but it's that direct person you're working with who you know he can get things taken care of if he needs to, or you certainly notice that when somebody just takes charge. And so that's what I was trying to say. And again, restating, complete, on time, and on budget. I want to also mention, I'm never sure whether it's on time or dash time or together, and this happens a lot. And I do this all the time, is I will constantly look up the grammar on things if I'm not exactly sure, because what I've learned in the past is that if you write one thing incorrectly and somebody knows better, then they're not reading anything. That bothers the crap out of a lot of people. And so I wasn't sure, and I found this page for on time, and it gave an amazing, perfectly description about when it's using a dash, when it doesn't use a dash, when it's an adjective versus an adverb. And again, a lot of people hate grammar, but I find it really worth taking a little bit of extra time to relearning some of the things you might have forgotten about, to make sure that your grammar and spelling, really get that exact as possible, because it's not that hard to do, especially if you have any questions. So that on time was something I looked up to get it exactly right. And then this last part I wanted to say to help talk about the people is the most common praise we get from our clients. Now, I'm saying common praise we get from our clients because that's trying to go towards the fact idea, which is, I can tell you how great I am, but when this person tells you how great I am, that means a lot more, because it's not me trying to say it, it's how somebody, how I impacted that person. And so that's why I'm starting with this. This is what these folks are saying, and how much they like working with our estimators and supervisors, that other gentleman saying how much he liked with them. And then this is how I really wanted to end it. When challenges come up, as they always do, we're acknowledging there's going to be some challenges, because we're very experienced. This is where you'll see Edge at their best. I'm trying to say here is that, you're not only are we not going to be a problem for you, but we actually work really hard at being the best to solve some of maybe your other problems. Like we're your favorite because we think about what kind of problems are going to come up. So that's how I decided to end it, and we'll see what the client says. But I like this from the standpoint that it's a lot shorter than this, and I think it says a lot more. And again, I'm trying to hit those facts and those points and be very specific. But we'll see what happens. But I wanted to share the experience because I think there's a real need for people who are good at writing to be able to condense and do stuff like this and help clients really get their content clean and precise and not exaggerated and stuff of that nature. So I wanted to share this to help you out so you can help out our clients.